Hello students, welcome to the Learning Management System organized by Department of Colleges and Technical Education. Today I am taking session number 23, calculation of estimates for a one bedroom hall and kitchen building. So it was a continuation of session 22, and this topic is for unit number 4, fifth semester civil engineering students of the subject estimation and costing. So in this session, there will be a small introduction to the long wall and short wall method, and I am explaining you how to calculate the quantities of brickwork in superstructure in cement mortar 1:4, and this measurement will be done in meter cube, followed by how to calculate plastering in cement mortar 1:4 for interior excluding ceiling, and mosaic flooring 6 mm thick over 25 mm cement concrete of proportion 1:3:6, followed by preparing abstract estimate for arriving into the final amount of the estimate, and a small multiple choice question test. So this is the long wall and short wall method which we had discussed in the last session. Long wall and short wall method is also called as out to out method. That is, I am going to consider the length from out to out, and the short wall distance is from in to in. That is, I am going to take the difference of the breadth from the total length in the y direction. So these things which we have discussed in the last class, and this is the how you are going to calculate the long wall length. That is, center to center length plus breadth if the breadth of both the walls are same, and center to short wall length, center to center length minus one breadth for the walls perpendicular to the direction of long walls. Then finally the quantity will be calculated as length into breadth into height. So this was the problem. In the previous session I have explained how to calculate the quantities using long wall short wall method up to the DPC. So let us proceed further. And this is the plan. It's a one bedroom hall kitchen plan, and this is a section through wall, and this is called schedule of openings, means the sizes of openings where we are going to deduct for brick masonry and plastering. And this is a typical example of how the long walls and short walls look after calculations. That is, I am going to consider long wall from end to end, and in between that the length it will be called as short walls from here to here, from here to here, from here to here. It is called as short walls. So all the walls spanning in y direction here are considered as long walls, and all the walls spanning in x direction are called as short walls. So in the first and foremost step, whenever you are going to receive the plan, first step is you should draw the center line in the plan. Then you have to nominate the long walls. That is, all the walls spanning in the y direction have been nominated as long walls, and all the walls spanning in x direction are short walls. S denotes short wall and Y denotes long walls. There are L1, L2, 3 long walls and 6 short walls in this plan. And one thing you have to be carefully understand is short walls should always be considered within wall to wall. You should not take throughout. And how to calculate the long walls center length? First you need to calculate the center line length of long walls. That is, This is 0.15 meter width, that is half the breadth, plus here to here it is 3.5 meter. Again the width of wall is 0.3. Again from here to here it is 3.5. Again half the breadth is 0.15. Total it will come to 7.6. So in this manner you are calculating all the center line lengths of the short walls L1, L2, L3 and short walls S1, S2, S3, S4, S5 and S6. Next we will move on to how to calculate the quantities of brick masonry. So here I am going to give first class brickwork in superstructure. So again here first you need to calculate the long wall length, that is L1. So in this picture, so the short wall length of L1 is 7.6 meter. There are two numbers of walls, this is 1 and this is 2. There are two long walls of L1. So L1 into, so the two numbers of L1, center line length is 7.6 plus the breadth. You can see the breadth of the wall is how much? See, the width of the wall from here to here it is 0.3. The wall width is 0.3 and in this total plan there is wall thickness is uniform. So in this case the total central length is 7.6 meters plus the width is 0.3 meter, that is 0.7.9. So there are two walls. The length of long wall is 7.9 and the width is 0.3 and the depth is, you can see in the section, the depth is 3 meter from the top of the flooring to the bottom of the ceiling. So from here to here it is a single wall. So this is the height of the wall, that is 3 meter is the height of the wall. So 2 into 7.9 into 0.3 into 3 will give me the quantity of wall L1. So similarly L2, so this is wall L2, this is wall L2. L2 there are two numbers, 1 and 2 numbers. So the length of center to center line length of L2 is 3.8 meters. So 3.8 meters is the center line length plus the width of wall is 0.3. So the length will come to 4.1 meters. So 4.1 is the long wall length L2. There are two numbers of L2. So 2 into 4.1 into 0.3 into 3 meter height will give me 7.38. Similarly, excuse me. So there is one more wall L3. The center line length of L3 is 1.8 meters and there is only one wall of L3, that is 1 point, excuse me, 1.8 meters. So again the wall height is 3 meter and the width is 0.3 meters. So L3 center line length is 1.8 meters. That is one number of L3. So total it will come to 2.1. So 1 into 2.1 into 0.3 into 3 will give me the total volume, that is 1.89 cubic meters. Similarly, the short wall S1 is 5.6 meters. The center line length of S1 is 5.6 meters. There are two walls of S1 number 1. Sorry, there is only one wall of S1. One wall of S1. So S1 it is only one numbers. Length is 5.6 meters the center line length. Since it is a short wall, I am going to take the difference, that is I am going to deduct the width of the wall from 5.6. So I am going to get 5.3. This 5.3 will be written in this cell. So 1 into 5.3 into the width of the wall, masonry is 0.3 into 3 is the height of the wall. It will give me 4.77 cubic meters. So in the same manner, 2, the center line length of wall S2 is 4.3 meters. So there are two numbers of S2, 1 and 2. Both of them are of same length. So S2, there are two numbers and the length is 4.3. So S2, there are two numbers and length is 4.3 minus the breadth 0.3 will give me 4 meters. So 4 meter will be written here, the length, short wall length. So 2 into 4 into the width of the wall 0.3 into 3, the height will give me the volume of the wall S2, that is 7.2 cubic meters. In the same manner, all the remaining walls, that is S3, S4, S5 and S6 will be calculated. That is, the wall width will be differenced with the center line length of the corresponding walls and the numbers will be written in this column. So after all the calculations, next I have to go for deductions in openings. Since in this section he has not shown the parapet wall, in this section you have not shown the parapet wall, you can't add the parapet wall to the masonry. So next, sir, Rimsha. Next, deductions. So deductions means you have to deduct the area or the volume where there is masonry is not constructed. That is, you can see in this plan. This is a plan at sill level. See, there are 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 numbers of W2, that is 4 numbers of 4 numbers of W2. So W2 size is 1.5 by 1.3. The width of the wall is 0.3. Okay. See, there are 4 numbers of W2 window and the dimensions of those windows are 1.5 by 1.3 and the width of the wall is 0.3. So in these deductions, if I am going to consider W3, W2, there are 4 number of windows and the length of the window is 1.5, the width of the masonry is 0.3 and the depth of opening is 1.3. So 4 into 1.5 into 0.3 into 1.3 will give me 2.34 cubic meter is the quantity to be deducted for the window W2. So in same manner, there is door D. Okay, the dimension D is 1.2 by 2.1 meter. There is only one door of dimension D. So D, one door, dimension is 1.2 by 2.1 and the width is 0.3. So 1 into 1.2 into 0.3 into 2.1 will give me 0.76 cubic meter, the quantity to be deducted for D. And D1, this is D1. So how many? There are only one door of the dimension D1. D1 dimension is 1 meter by 2.1. Again, go to the plan, go to the tabular column. So the D1 is 1, dimension is 1 by 2.1 is the height and the width is 0.3. So 1 into 0.3 into 2.1 will give me 0.63 cubic meter is the quantity to be deducted for the masonry. Again, there is D2 doors, two numbers of D2 doors and two numbers of passage. So D2 is 0.8 by 2.1 and passage is 1.2 by 2.1. So let us write this in PPT, that is D2 there are two numbers of 0.8 by 2.1 and the width is 0.3 and opening is two numbers 1.2 by 2.1 and the width is 0.3. So 2 into 0.8 into 0.3 into 2.1 will give me 1.01 cubic meters. 2 into 1.2 into 0.3 into 2.1 will give me 1.5 cubic meter. And there is W1 window. There is only one W1 window and two ventilators. One W1 window and two ventilators. The W1 size is 2 by 1.3. Ventilator size is 0.6 by 0.4. So 2 by 1.3 is the W1 size. 0.6 by 0.4 is the ventilator size. Numbers W1 is 1 numbers and ventilator is 2 numbers. So 1 into 2 into 0.3 into 1.3 will give me 0.78 cubic meters. So 2 into 0.6 into 0.3 into 0.4 will give me 0.14 cubic meters. So this is the total. These are the total deduction for openings. Next, since you can see in this drawing clearly, the masonry part that has to be deducted is this is the opening part and this is the lintel part. Since the sill concrete is not provided, I can't deduct sill concrete. So this lintel should also be deducted. This lintel is nothing but a opening that will, sorry, a beam, a small beam which will be provided above the openings to carry the load above the opening. So it will be provided here in all the openings. In order to rest that beam on the walls, I am going to give some bearings. Okay, some bearing to the openings. So in above all these openings, the lintel will be provided. So this lintel should be deducted from the masonry. So in this estimate, I am going to assume a 0.15 meter bearing on either side. See, if the opening is 1.2 meters, I am going to add 0.15 meter on either side for supporting to the on the wall. Say for example, if D is the opening which is of size 1.2 meter, by adding 0.15 meter, 1.2 is the opening plus 2 times bearings, that is 0.15 0.15. So it will come to 1. The total length of the lintel. See here, for L1 dou D, I am going to consider 0.5 meter as the total length of the lintel, as there is a bearing of 0.15 meter on either side. The width of the wall is 0.3 and the depth of the thickness of the lintel is 0.15. So again, depth, so 1 into 1 into 0.3 into 0.15 will give me 0.76 cubic. So in the same manner, let us take one more. W2, there are 4 windows, 1, 2, 3, 3 and 4. The length of the window W2 is 1.5. So 1.5 is the length of the opening plus 2 times bearings, that is 2 into 0.15. So it will come to 1.8. 1.8. So the W2 is 4 numbers and length is 0.15. So 4 into 1.8 into 0.3 into 0.15, 2.35 cubic meter has to be deducted from the. So in the same manner, all the lintels above the openings, that is D, D1, D2, O, W1, W2 and WV. All the openings lintels will be deducted. So the total deductions has to be summarized, added. So in the previous lintels, so it will come to 7.96 cubic meters. So this is the total deductions. So the total brick masonry quantity is called as gross quantity minus the deductions, that is 7.96 will give me 38.21 cubic meter is the net quantity of brick masonry after deducting the openings and lintel. So this is the total brick masonry quantity in this estimate. So next item is plastering. This plastering will be provided for internal walls excluding ceiling. This ceiling plastering I am not going to consider. So in this sketch, first is bedroom. So in this bedroom, what the dimension of the bedroom is 4 meter by 3.4 meters. So 4 meters from 3.5 meter here. All these internal wall will be plastered. So I am going to add the perimeter of this rectangle. Okay. So 4 plus 4 plus 3.5 plus 3.5. So 4 plus 4 plus 3.5, 3.5 will come to 15 meters. Okay, 15 meters the total length, and the height of the plastered surface will be the wall height, that is 3 meters. So 3 meter is the height, 15 meter is the length, and there is only one numbers of bedroom. 1 into 15 into 3 will give me the quantity of 45 square meters. Similarly in kitchen, this is the kitchen. So this dimension is 2.5 meters. This is also 2.5 meters and the vertical height is 3.5. This is also 3.5. So 3.5 into 2, 1 and 2, 2.5 into 2. So it will come to 3.5 into 2 plus 2.5 into 2 will come to 12 meters, and the height is 3 meters. So the kitchen is finished. Next, living room. So living room, the linear dimension from here to here is 5.3, 3.5. So 3.5. So 5.3 plus 3.5. So 5.3 there are two numbers, and 3.5 there is two numbers. So in the living room, 5.3 plus 5.3 plus 3.5 plus 3.5 will come to 7.6 meters. So 1 into 7.6 into 3 will give me 52.8 square meters. Similarly, bathroom. So in bathroom, this is 1.2 and this is 1.5. Again 1.2 and 1.5. So here 1.2 plus 1.2 plus 1.5 1.5 will come to 5.4 meters. In the same manner, all the internal walls of water closet will also be calculated, and the height 3 meters is multiplied. Next, very important, coming to the passage. So the passage length you need to calculate from, this is the area of passage from here. It will come here, and it will come here, and it will come here. This is one rectangle, and there is one more rectangle here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, this is one rectangle, and this is one rectangle, 1 and 2. So this is 1.2 meter wide. He has given here 1.2 meters. So two numbers of 1.2, the passage width. So two numbers of 1.2 is over, and again, so this length from here to here, let us calculate. That is 1.2 plus 0.3 plus 1, that is 2.5 meters the length from here to here. That is also two numbers. So 2 into 2.5, and there is one small rectangle, this rectangle. Okay, that is 0.2 meter in length. Okay, the length is 0.2 meters. That is, so here in the PPT, this is 2 into point. So the depth is 0.3. 2 into 2.5 into 3 will give me the 15 square meter is the quantity for the passage. 2 into 1.2 into 3 is equal to 7.2 square meter. 2 into 0.2 into 3 is the passage. Okay, in this manner, all the walls have the plastered surfaces will be added, and it will be added. So the gross quantity after adding all those things will become to 186.6 square meter. Again, here also you have to deduct the openings, that is the lintels, sorry, not lintels, windows, ventilators, and doors. Here you can see the deductions. So there are one numbers of doors, 1.2 of size, 1.2 by 2.1, but since only the internal surface is plastered, and there is a rule that you have to deduct only half the portion. That is, if the opening is this much, you have to consider half the portion of the area. Half the area should be deducted, because there will be soffits and jambs for the window to be finished. So in order to compensate that, I am not going to consider jambs and windows, only I am deducting half. And it also depends upon the opening area. If the opening is less than 2.3 square meters, I am going to deduct it half, and above 3 square meters I am going to deduct it full. Then I am further adding jambs and soffits. So here there are four numbers of W2 multiplied by half, that is 0.5. So the dimensions are 1.5 by 1.3. Again W1 there is one number of window multiplied by half. So the dimensions are 2 into 1.3. So 1 into 0.5 into 2 into 1.3 will give me 1.3 square. Similarly, there are two ventilators, 2 into half, 0.6 and 0.4 is the dimensions. And there are openings. So here there are two types of openings, that is external openings and internal openings. So in this drawing, all the exterior openings, that is W2, W2, this one ventilators, W2s and W1, these are all outside the wall. Okay. Here since only the one surface will be plastered, I am going to deduct half. And for internal openings such as openings O, D2, D1, here this surface and here there are two surfaces. Okay. So from here to here and here to here, these two surfaces will not be plastered, so I am going to consider as one. Okay. So here there are two openings into one, that is 2, 1.2 by 2.1. Similarly D2 there are two numbers into 1. Since four surfaces are not plastered, okay, in internal portion four surfaces are not plastered, so 4 into 0.5 will comes to 2. So 1 to 2.1 again D1. So after that you need to sum all the openings and it will come to 17.2 square meters. So you have to deduct these deductions from the gross quantity and you are going to get the net quantity of 169.4 square meter as the total quantity for plastering. Next, mosaic flooring. So mosaic flooring means all the floor area will be considered as floor area, that is this area up to here. Okay, up to here, this is called kitchen area. Kitchen size is 2.5 by 3.5. So here I am going to write 2 kitchen distance 2.5 by 3.5 meter 36 square feet 1 into 2.5 into 3.5. We are going to multiply the room dimension length into breadth. Okay. Then bedroom dimensions is 1 into 4 into 3.5. You can see it is evident in the figure. The dimensions of the bedroom is 4 into 3.5. So 4 into 3.5. In the same manner, living room and bath and water closet and all the passages areas will be taken from the drawing. Evident, it is evident from the drawing. See, all the areas are evident. You need to all add those, multiply and add those. But here the room dimension means from here to here is the room dimension. Again, if you are going to consider the passage will be considered from here to here. Okay. So this portion will not be considered for flooring. That is called as door soffits. So these portions will be added extra. That is door sills. So D is one numbers 1.2 by 0.3. D1 is one numbers 1 into 1 into 0.3. D2 is two numbers. That is D2 is two numbers 1 and 2. Two soffits are there. So 0.8 into 0.3, 0.3 is the wall width and 0.8 meters the length. So then you are going to add all the quantities from all the room areas or the floor area to the door sills. You are going to add to get the total quantity of flooring required. So in this manner you are going to calculate the flooring. So after calculating all the Quantities, you have to calculate the abstract estimate for arriving into the amount. The tabular column consists of the serial number one, there will be item number, description of the item, quantity, unit, rate, and finally the amount. Okay. So for earthwork excavation in foundation, the quantity arrived was 43.47 cubic meters. The unit will be cubic meters. And after the rate analysis or the rates, if they are taken from schedule of rates, 250 is the rate for cubic meter. So 43.47 into 250 will give me 10,867 rupees 55 paise. Similarly, for PCC, the quantity is 6.52 multiplied by 3,800 is the rate, will give me 24,776 rupees as the total amount for PCC. For SSM, the total quantity is 38.74 cubic meter into 4,000 rupees is the rate for cubic meter, will going to give me 1,54,960 rupees. And DPC, 22.78 square meters the area of TPT that is applied, multiply the rate 2,800 rupees, will give me 63,784 rupees. Next, for brickwork, the total quantity of brickwork was 32.81 cubic meters multiplied by the rate 4,300 per cubic meter. I am going to get 1,64,303. Plastering, the total area is 169 square meters multiplied by the amount 70 rupees, that is 11,858. And finally, the mosaic flooring, you can see the mosaic flooring quantity is 187.26. So 187.26 multiplied by 1400 will give me 2,62,160. So these are the different activities or the items of the buildings, and after that I am going to add all those things to come into the final price, that is 6,92,712 rupees is the expenses that will be incurred for the executing the following items. And then I am going to add 5% for contingencies, means for miscellaneous works, for incidental expenses, and I am going to add 2% of this total. Okay, and 2% of this total for work charge establishment, that is for appointing security guards or supervisors. Then I am going to arrive to the, then these three 1, 2 and 3 will be added to get the final amount of the estimate. So this is the process of how to calculate the abstract and the quantity estimation of the buildings and answer the following multiple choice questions. The rates for preparing the extra of estimate is obtained by A. Textbook, B. Rate analysis, C. Schedule of rates, and D. B and C. The right answer is both B and C. You can do the analysis by collecting the market rates, and also it is available in the schedule of rates book, which will be released by the public work department, either center or the state. What is work charged establishment charges? Employee wages employed for contractor supervisors are sourced, contractor profit, mobilization charges are none of the above. The right answer is answer A. Work charge establishment, which is around 2%, 1 to 3%, that will be for giving salaries to the people who have been employed for the construction site for safety, for supervising the works. Next question. What is the percentage of charges for work charge establishment? That is contractor profit, employee wages, incidental expenses, and all of the above. So the right answer is the percentage of charges for work charge establishment will be given for employee wages. Next, what is the percentage of charges for work charge establishment? So it will be 1 to 3% is the work charged establishment. What are charges for contingencies? Usually the contingency charges will be either A 3 to 5%, B 20%, C 1 to 3%, D none of them. It will be 3 to 5%. These are called as incidental expenses. What is the purpose of preparing extract of estimate? A. Administrative approval, justify benefit cost ratio, floating tenders, and D. All of the above. The right answer is all of the above. You need to give administration approval, and also you have to justify the cost that you are going to spend for the building, and also for floating tenders for appointing contractors. For all this process, you need the abstract of estimate. What is the grade of bricks used in burnt brick masonry for this estimate? You can see in the specification either A class 2, B class 1, C class 3, or D class 4. So it is B class 1 bricks we are being used of compressor strength of 105 kgs per centimeter square. Next, the deductions for openings in plastering will be done if the area of the opening is greater than 0.1 square meter, 0.3 square meter, 0.5 square meter, and 0.7 square meter. So the right answer is C. If the area of the plastering is greater than 0.5 square meters, the deductions will be done. Otherwise, no. The ninth question, in plastering activity, if both the surfaces are plastered with same plaster, means the thickness is same and the proportion is same, then option A, if the opening of deduction is greater than 3 square meter, deduction will be made for both faces. If the opening of deduction is greater than 3 square meter, deduction will be made for both faces, but jambs, soffit and shells shall be measured. Both A and B are correct and only B is correct. So the right answer is option C. Both A and B are correct. As I told you in this last slides, if the opening size is greater than 3 square meter area, you have to completely deduct it. Okay. Then you have to add the